Hello comrades, welcome back to the Kingdom Come Deliverance Let's Play of Vtuber Stalin, your comrade. And we just woke up after nearly dying, and dying once, but we reset from that. And we have to eat. Wonder if you see this first thing in the morning. Take our stuff, get your things from the trunk, let's have dinner, breakfast, whatever. I wonder if you just woke up, that is the same. We both eat right now. Let's see, nourishment. Ooh. Are you famished, guys? Sorry, I can't hear you, you have to speak up a bit. Eat this one. First, let's eat some rotten food. Rotten food. Carrots. Dried food always goes a long way. That's one of the main preservatives. I would say of back in the day, but still of today. But nowadays we produce so much food. We get food everywhere that preserving it isn't too much of an issue. Check this out. Bread. What's a bread roll? Let's get 2 breads and a bit of this apple. Yeah, 99. Nice number. Bianca's ring. We don't get any ladies hitting on us. All the stolen things are away. Let's equip. Oh, we're gonna have to have this repaired. Probably don't have the money for that. Leather jerkin, leather, that would probably be a 10er. Yeah, so the places where you usually repair stuff is armor is, of course, blacksmith or an armor merchant. They can probably do it too. And the weapons also blacksmith or armor merchant. But in case of swords, you can just sharpen them. This. Speaking of swords, here are the stats for one. You need agility 3 to use this effectively. It's a short sword. It has a lot of stab and slash damage, but not a lot of blunt. If we hit armor with it, it's gonna do 2. And you can see for comparison, that's very little. 6 has a bit more, but so damage also needs 3 agility. Dagger, if you get enough stealth, you can use the dagger and you get a perk. You can use the dagger to kill someone. Equip the shield and the shard. Still fine. Let's get back up when we lose the sleeping nightmares debuff. Is it the debuff? No one here. Can't take anything, can't even take the lamp. Have some DLC, but don't worry. They aren't long arcs DLC. Band of Brothers kind of is. But we'll get through that when we get there. Nice dove cut. So where's this miller? Gonna be around here somewhere. People are always roaming around. Dirty. Don't even clean up properly. Oh, watermill. Nice. Small A. Wait, that's a side quest. Because the Main quest has this side through it. Good thief, talk to Miller Peshek. So he is inside. Ah, there you are.
A word with you, young fellow.
Hello. Thanks for taking care of me.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't...
Apparently they have a new alphabet, because I don't know what a bloodletter would be. Just kidding, I know it would be a doctor, someone who uses leeches, etc. to remove blood.
Shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, I don't have much money, so let's just ask him what we need.
What would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
Do not let things go to waste. And, well, do not disgrace any corpses, defile them, but taking the valuable things from them, well, they're not going to use them anymore. And, well, I'm not saying just steal them and sell them, but give them to a museum if they're of historical importance.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible.
Do you even know how to read?
Only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
Well, isn't everything created by God? I'm not going to respect feces, you know.
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify something to a goat.
Watch your mouth. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. Farewell.
Ah, spirits. Let's first wash ourselves. There's the spade. I want to talk to the miller some more. Oh, spade. And I'm gonna ignore this quest for now. Because as you might guess, this character has quite a lot of quests for you. Can you tell? I don't need skills right now, it's just
What about the
I want to know about the area around.
Punish us for our sins. They don't work, they just idle around begging. And you want to keep a close eye on your belongings when they're around. I'll be glad to see the back of them.
Well, that's nice. Lose your home and then you get an angry Midler that's always clutching his pearls around you.
What do you think about everything that's happened?
I don't concern myself with the doings of my betters, but this mess isn't good for business. Them two brothers should sort things out between themselves without dragging us into it. I don't give a damn who's king, but that usurper from Hungary has gone too far.
Wow.
Do you know anything about those Cumans?
The heathen scum that Sigismund brought here. Why do you even ask? You've seen with your own two eyes what they're capable of.
Well, that's
That's all.
general opinion, I think, about the state of affairs.
The Lord watch over you.
And, yeah. If you meet some heathens, they'll probably not like you, and vice versa. I wonder, do the heathens even realize they're dead? Heathens. Let's collect some flowers, give it to a lady. Hope she isn't allergic or anything. Alright. Talked about this earlier. Quests. I'm not gonna follow the good thief quests for now. I'll go to Perkstein, Bergstein, whatever it's supposed to be, to see Sir Redsick. Oh, more flowers. Poppy. Ah, milk of the poppy, that something you read a lot of in Game of Thrones. It's supposed to be drugs. Don't worry, I'm not gonna become a drug smuggler. You've seen what happens to drug smugglers in Papers, Please. They get detained. Sorry, I'm working on my evil laugh. It's still a minion tear laugh. Hello, Carolina.
Good afternoon.
What kind of lord,
Kind of
Sir
governor,
Hannes?
Hannes.
I'm gonna barge in his office later, so
But Sir
I
Hannes
don't
is
know.
his guardian till he comes of age. That's not a day I'm looking forward to.
Ooh, doesn't sound nice.
What's life like in Ratai?
We got sturdy walls and 2 castles to protect us. There's not many towns have that. And we got everything we need here. We got an apothecary, a swordsmith, an armourer. We got a beautiful church and fine alehouses.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
I know they got nowhere to go. Skalitz is a pile of ashes and the countryside ain't safe. But they've been here too long. Some of those buggers got light fingers.
It's
and
been
not
2
one of them
weeks,
can
right?
sacrifice
Yeah,
we
2.
made for them.
Because the night we went to bury our parents, they were there for a night, and then we were 2 weeks out, so shouldn't be more than that.
Have you heard anything
How much
about
trouble
the
can they
chief of
cause?
Sigismund's army?
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape, and slaughter.
Oh, you can sack a city in a day, so
All armies do that.
some refugees
But then
causing
barbarians
trouble
take
in
pleasure it.
2 weeks. Not much difference.
Goodbye.
Halt!
Oh, here's some nice armor.
Where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabila of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad. And I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
Alright. I'm his blacksmith. Anger's not gonna help us. I'm the blacksmith. Yeah, that's the truth. So it's
Come on,
Too
I'm not some
tight.
peasant. I'm Sir Radzig's blacksmith, and I need to speak with him.
It's my job to stop you. Now bugger off.
alright. Let's
I may
stop.
not look the part, but I know about honor and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right, then. Go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Rodzik isn't pleased.
Right. So first you call me a liar and then you believe me. Weird guy. Hello, beggar. Doctor.
Hal? What are you doing here? I took you for dead.
Oh, it's a long story. But what about you? How did you get out of Scallis?
You wouldn't believe it. A frightful storm broke that night, and Sigismund's heathens ran back to their camp. They never dreamed.
Yeah, I saw you leave.
The storm was
Well,
coming.
not you specifically.
The entire village slipped away as quiet as mice while no one watched. In the morning when those bandits attacked, all they found was an empty castle with an old goat inside. I wish I could have seen their faces.
So do I. You tricked them nicely. See you later.
Alright, let's talk to someone else. Perhaps we get some different dialogue. A vagabond.
What else you, sir?
What do you hang
What are you
around
hanging
for?
around for? Don't you have any work to do?
No, I don't. Sigismund's marauders took everything I had and reduced me to beggary.
What's it about?
Since I lost everything, I've been doing whatever I could to survive. Only, I got caught with my hand in someone else's pocket. And since then, I can't even set foot on the square without the catchpoles pouncing on me.
So you're a pickpocket? Alright, get to the point. But keep your hands where I can see them.
My honestly begged groschen were taken from me by that bastard of a guard, Pazdera. He claimed I stole
Honestly
them,
begged.
took them for himself, the swine. Well, if you can get them from his pocket back into mine, where they rightfully belong, I'll give you a share and teach you a handy trick too. What do you say?
No. First of all, I'm bad at pickpocketing. And I don't question authority. I am the authority, and I do not like being questioned myself. I am a noble spirit. And with Jesus by my side, I will say no.
I'm not a thief. Find someone else.
A pox on you, your kin and all your descendants. Call yourself a Christian, turning your back on a neighbor in need. Farewell.
What kind of hypocrite are you? You were stealing from your fellow man. Probably from these beggars. There's not much to steal from them. Did you steal something from me? Let's check. Never hurts to check. Think not. Yeah, so as you can see, the refugees have set up camp all around here. Within the walls. And this would be Burgstein. I think that's how the Czechs would pronounce it. Perhaps they anglicized it and it's Chuk or something.
That be the smith's son, Hal?
Sorry for any Czechs,
It is.
but
What are you doing here?
I don't know how your language sounds. Russian and English was hard enough for me to learn. And I don't even remember Russian, it was that long ago. I'm just not gonna admit I was wrong. I did try to bury my parents, so I'm just gonna say,
I must speak with Sir
see
Radzik.
Redsick.
Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Ratai. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzik.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, people will understand me. Yeah, Yannick and Jaroslav.
Jesus Christ be praised.
And another.
And another thing.
Now I can get some information from them. About them, I was about to say.
What about our Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush gave him the whole of Perkstein for his use. He seems to be bearing
Perkstein.
during all his life.
Perkstein.
How do you like Ratai?
It's well fortified and well situated. And they won't get us as easy here as they did in Skalitz. And there's everything a man could want. Armourer, swordsmith, apothecary, taverns. It could have turned out a lot worse.
Ah, a good starting village. Down Noopton. For anyone that needs everything in one place. Can't make it out in the world himself. It's okay to be a noob. But don't go into competitive things if you're a noob. Just learn the game first.
How are the Skalitz refugees faring?
Oh, me and the rest of Sir Radzig's men are alright. We live at the castle and we've got everything we need. But the others are just making it day to day. And they've lost everything. It's charity and arms for them, and the locals ain't as generous as they was. God knows how much longer we'll be stuck here. It ain't good.
They're lucky enough to be alive. So, well, their woes. Well, you can't live long on charity. Isn't that the saying? Give a man a fish and he'll have food for a day. Teach a man to fish and he has food for the rest of his life. Well, it is at least a good motto.
How do you like the new castle?
It's a fine place. About the same size as Skalitz Castle. Sir Hanush don't mind lending it to Sir Radzig, because he's got an even bigger one at the other end of town. Have you ever seen a town with 2 castles before?
No. Surprising.
Have you heard anything about those savages who attacked us?
I heard.
Twice the castles, double the fall.
Someone brought them here from Hungary. By all accounts, we got off lightly. They say, in other places, they impaled people on spikes. Skinned them alive, and even worse. Fucking heathen swine.
No, they just piled them up and burned them. So, it's better to do that to prevent diseases from spreading around.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
That is a real thing, by the way, in Svalbard, I believe, the most northern island in Norway, very close to the North Pole. People who live there, they are not allowed to be buried there, because it's so cold. You get preserved very well, and if you carry a disease, well, that disease essentially gets frozen, and if you de-thaw at any point, the disease can be sprung up again. And well, if you de-thaw like 200 years later, it could be an epidemic, pandemic.
That this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed.
Hanush might get us demonetized.
Grindstone is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honoured. Pechstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But
Yeah,
when
stop
will it be
whining.
resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You
Don't
aren't alone,
need to.
Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order.
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this
I
one has
agree.
dragged on for a year.
Money bad.
Sigismund ran out of coin for
So I'm gonna
knights,
confiscate everyone's money.
recruited those whore sons
Don't
and
worry.
sold in Hungary.
I'll redistribute
He
it
pays,
fairly.
up for it with plunder.
Fairly according to
That's why
my
he attacked
standards,
us.
of course.
He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too.
I hope she wasn't a remarkable man, Anders.
That at least.
Otherwise I would have some weird questions to ask.
I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great
Don't
shame your
worry,
parents
I'll
are
hang
letting
on to
you
that one.
consecrated ground.
Otherwise I'll hang
That
her.
means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service.
Well,
and
it
give
would
me
be a
the
lot easier to beat him at dice.
All of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
So Capon.
Yeah, give me a job.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything?
Oh, I did gain a sweet new
Are good qualities of a
clothes.
soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a
I don't
peasant,
think the
Father.
priest has
He's
many friends there.
Events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh,
I've never
always find a
disappointed
smile on
my
your face,
father.
lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. Bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear, you're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, there's a lot of pressure on us. Is Henry someone who can handle it? Or is he one that cowers in fear? Too anxious to act? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z Extra Edition. Or something. Awakening. I think there's also a quest in Skyrim. Train hard, fight easy. I like that. I don't want to fight hard. I want to take the easy way. See, is that all? Yes, that's the quest. So it's... Oh, we started skeleton. I think we always start as skeleton now. So these markers are... Well, new quest DLC. These are quest givers. And as you can see, they're in unexplored territories. They're also here. An activity giver. Activities I think you can do more often. Or they're a small quest essentially. And the quest tipster, so this is where you sometimes start a quest. They're taverns essentially. Also have them here. And well, all kinds of symbols. Most of them make sense. These are beds you own, for example. And here's Perkstein, here's the other castle. And the A is first objective. But before we go train, let's check the time. It's a bit too late. I'm gonna go show it. How long did it say we had? Perhaps we should have just enough time if we run for it. Sometimes people get disappointed if you come too late. Or a day late. Or you don't have the proper information. Then they're not gonna like it. So yeah, do your due diligence, guys, when playing this game. There's some nice towers, but they're a bit burnable. Well, it also makes it easier to rebuild. So we already discovered a lot of things. I think that's the tournament, yeah. In one of the quests, one of the DLCs, you get a tournament quest. Well, not quest, it gives you a tournament, and once a week or twice a week, you can do that.
Captain Bernard's not here. I should stop by during the day.
Ah, says. Yeah, we're gonna just buy some stuff. Also some good preserved food. Smooth our sword. Sell some junk. And then call it a day. Go to sleep. Not call it a day as in end the video. Just in-game day. There's still some glitches with this game. Luckily they patched out most of them. The game-breaking ones at least. You can also use some of the spots on the way. As I've played the game before, I know where the more convenient pots are located, so just gonna eat from those. That's a weird language. It's not unusual. Back in these days, there were far more language differences because people didn't travel as much. Here. This is a grindstone, and here you can sharpen your weapons. So here, gonna put on extra pressure by scrolling, and then step on the pedal and angle your sword correctly. You don't want it to start smoking. If the scars are disappearing, or the damaged looking things, the leaves in it, let's just call them scars, then it's okay. Then it's getting sharper. Let's just check. Yeah, 77. Can do it a bit better. But I think that's not supposed to be in real life, because in real life, oh wait, I'm not putting any pressure on it. In real life, it is very good, very nice to have so many edges in the blade. Perhaps not that big, but if it is, if it were to be one whole, one sharp edge, for it to be sharp, it has to have little teeth almost, so it can properly cut something. Otherwise, it almost bounces off it.
Good health, dear.
So a rusted-looking blade is often more sharper because it very small pieces fall off it, which makes these small, well, cave-ins, these small cuts in the blade, and that gives it the sharpness. Let's check weapon. Not gonna use the seeks. Not gonna be using arrows. Armor. Is giving off any noise. Yes, so I'm gonna start this one. Damage gloves. Already got 30. All the spirits as well. Got some salt. I think that's everything I want to sell. And haggle.
Let's talk about the price.
I'm gonna first go down to 40 and hope for like 37. Now I'm gonna go down to 38 and hope on 36 something.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
Yes, 36 should be fine.
All right, so.
Now we have money. Let's see what he can repair. But repairs. Yes, he can repair this. 17. Let's have this all repaired. Exact 36. And let's get some reputation with him, because we'll probably be buying from him later. And when we buy things in bulk, that reputation is gonna come in very handy. Check, do we have anything really damaged? No, it's all above 50, so it's still good quality. Here's another pot. Let's eat from it. Right in front of him. Huntsman Birdson. As the name suggests, huntsman is someone who hunts. Normally hunting is outlawed, as forests and the prey in it is property of the local lord. And well, if you hunt it, you're stealing from him. At least that's medieval logic. as you know, in medieval times they didn't use that much logic. Well, probably because the only ones that could read were priests, and they were kind of biased, as you can see with Galilei and his revelations. That was the guy that proved the Earth was round. Or that the Earth was revolving around the sun. Did he do both? At least he did say the Earth revolved around the sun. Did he also say it was round? I think that it was round was already sort of common knowledge. Sailors always knew that. Back in ancient times they already did. Some ancient civilizations also knew that... oh, we can use some more nourishment. Some ancient civilizations also knew that the Earth was revolving around the sun, I think. I think it was the Arabs and the Chinese at one point also discovered it before Galileo and the Italian Renaissance. Speaking of the sun, sunset is quite nice. Gives the sky a nice red color. I'm gonna go off on another tangent. People say the sky is blue, but as you can see over there, it's not everywhere is blue. It's sometimes also colored red, and at night it's of course black with white dots. Well, perhaps you don't call that the sky, but by definition the sky shouldn't be blue. The ancient Greeks even didn't have a name for the color blue, and so they would describe the sky in other ways. So if you said to them, what the color is sky? Well, depends. Well, it can change. It doesn't have a defined color. And yeah, that's why it's weird when everyone says sky is blue. They'll say, do you even know why the sky is blue or something? They probably can't tell you. And well, you can Google it. It's a pretty easy definition of it to find. It's a pretty easy fact. It's because the light bends a bit. It doesn't slow down. It just bends. And our atmosphere and gravity... our atmosphere... it reflects and bends it a bit. And it bends higher frequency light easier. And higher frequency is more blue purplish light. And the ultraviolet, violet, of course, but we can't see that. Lower intensity, lower frequency light is red. And let's sleep for a bit. And you just heard me say lower intensity and lower frequency. With light, those two terms are interchangeable, kind of. Because the frequency is how big the wavelengths are. And the smaller the wavelengths, the more frequent, the bigger the frequency is. But the frequency becomes bigger if there's more energy in the light. So blue and purple light are light with more energy in them than red light. And that's why you can, kind of interchange the high frequency and high intensity. Can't use the same units for those terms, but they have a causal relationship. That's what I should say. Yeah, that's stuff about light and sunsets and the sky that is most often the color blue. Considering YouTube is kind of weird about fake news, etc., it's even okay to say the sky isn't always blue. Or the sky is not by definition blue. I may have to look up what exactly defines the sky. Because are clouds part of the sky? Or are they in the sky? I mentioned they're in the sky like a boat is in the ocean. Even though it's, well, in the ocean, surrounded by it, it's not part of the ocean. It's not under the umbrella of the word ocean. But people do say, "Oh, look up at the sky. There's a shooting star, so it can't be all the blue. That's just the sky, because the night sky, the stars, and the blackness of space that you see, that must also be sky." I'm thinking too much about this. I'm not a linguist anyway. But, well, yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not a linguist. Hello, Mrs. Wife.
Go away. Leave me alone.
Or else. Also something, we may have to go to the apothecary. Some quests are not really marked, but people expect you to do things. So, remember, here is, I think the apothecary. Oh, it's still closed. Yeah. So, oh, saw alchemy paint through the window. So, when that's open, we're just gonna check and perhaps pay our bill. Probably gonna need more money. Don't think 30 groschen or something. So, yeah, 38 groschen is probably gonna cover it. So it's better if we wait. You know, back in these days, a job like apothecary had probably a lot more respect in the standing than it does today. If you today go to a physician, still a standing, yeah, but there's still people, well, that will argue with you, you know, the anti-vax type of people. I don't want to go into politics, but the people who will argue a lot with doctors. And I don't think there were many people like that back in these days, because there was barely any education. Most people were, well, they weren't retarded, but they just didn't know much because there wasn't much to learn. They only knew the job of their parents. And so someone that could heal or could read and write or knew about God, they were high. They were very high standing, like the tower kind of high. They were the talk of the town, the authority on that subject in the area. Let's wait a day. And nowadays you can just Google it, and everyone goes to a lower kind of education. Well, anyone in a Western country at least. And well, we all learn about the basic things. I'm gonna do a tournament at level 1.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Alright. Let's cut to the chase
Here
immediately.
for training.
Yeah, happy.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzik sent.
Yes. Alright, let's not argue with him.
Yes,
Yes,
that's me.
let's be happy. Yeah, enthusiastic.
Get to it then, since that's what Sir Radzik wishes. And because
One of us
you've never
complaining
held a
is
sword
just
in your
enough.
hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
I already did the basics and I know it kind of. Let's start with, let's do something more advanced. This is also for when you skip the first sword fighting lesson. I think you can skip it, probably.
My father was a blacksmith, so I've learned a thing or two.
Fine, we'll try something more advanced then. Take care now.
So,
Very well then.
well, can't change inventory. This is going to be annoying because he can damage our equipment if he hits us.
See, I lure you, then attack unexpectedly.
Ah. He's much higher level, so he knows quite a lot of skills and a lot more stamina. We gotta hit him. Don't get any opportunity to block him. Let's go on the offensive, but that's not working.
Fine. That's enough. I have my work cut out, it seems. That's life.
Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep an eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space.
Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword.
Well done. All right. Not bad. No, not like that.
Yes.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Right. Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong.
I have to relearn it.
I can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. It's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you.
Yeah, but he's holding it. Ah, that's mean.
All right, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stand. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside.
Yeah.
Ow. Well done.
Hij still hit me.
Not bad. Very good.
It's very slow-mo.
All right.
Nice. Right, now we'll try it a little faster. Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well. No, not like that. You mustn't hold the sword there. You have to move along with the attack. Again.
Didn't just say you should attack from... Yeah. Yeah. Just the moment he starts to swing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Got a perk in defense. A point in defense, not a perk. Still, if you level up, things like this get easier. I did press Q. Oh wait.
Now let's try it at full
He was
speed.
changing
Probably
things.
won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go.
Ow.
Someone's calling.
Wait a while, Henry.
With a telephone.
Greetings, Sir Hans. What brings you here?
Hello.
When I noticed that you're entertaining Sir Radzig's esteemed guest. Not the
Hey,
same as holding a hammer.
I have a job.
Blacksmith.
Well, a hammer can be a weapon too.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord.
Good day to you, blacksmith's boy. Try not to hurt yourself.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. Simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you. All right, try it. It's important not to move too soon. I'll see where you're going and hit you. The same will happen if you move too late. I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. You'll throw the opponent off a bit, and there's your chance.
I was moving. Oh, wrong way. Yeah.
Well done.
Shit. Too late.
That's it. Fine. Now try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started.
It's gonna be a bit difficult in real life, in real time, because you keep on moving.
Well done. And the last thing for today, a trick. You raise the sword to force.
That's a trick question.
But then change the direction of the attack at the last moment, and the opponent won't even know what hit him. Try it. Draw back the weapon, then change the attack zone and strike, so I don't have time to react.
There.
Not bad. Very good. Very good. Very good. That's it. Well now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky. You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice.
Don't worry, I'll grind. I'll grind and grind and grind. More than even in WoW or other MMORPGs. I've actually played WoW. But that's World of Warcraft, by the way. But doesn't seem like a game for me, you know? Plus when I started I didn't like I didn't like the idea of a subscription kind of thing. Sorry, I thought I heard something in the background, but it was nothing. But the subscription system for WoW and with that Xbox and PlayStation. I didn't like the idea of that because you were supposed, at least according to me, you were supposed to buy your console and game, and that was supposed to be everything. You were just gonna play and not pay extra, essentially. And that's why I never liked WoW. It may be a great game, but that just dissuaded me from it. And with Xbox and PlayStation, it's internet service. I thought, but you already pay for internet. You have a cable. Just plug in the damn cable and have it work. Yeah. That's just me. I'm not trying to diss anyone that likes that or that uses those consoles. It's just that it was a big negative for me. Ah, we were just up there. The little bridge kind of reminds you of a Pike from Game of Thrones. This is a real town. Game of Thrones was of course based on real life.
Take this bow, go and stand in position over there, and we can start. And another thing, put on this arm guard. Without it, you could flay your forearm with a bowstring, so be sure to wear it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get in position. Now concentrate. A bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. But you wouldn't have gotten far there. You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow, aim, and release. Try to get a feel for the rhythm. Inhale on the draw. Hold your breath for a moment, and then release the string. No jerky movements. Just let the string slide out of your fingers. You were about to draw it back more.
This is where shakes is an issue.
Aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you get yourself a
can also see if I move.
so fast you won't see them.
Yeah, it's gonna shake a lot. It's like we have Parkinson or something. Hit.
Well, that was awful. I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low expectations.
I hit it.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
What did you say?
Calm down, boy. Keep in mind who you're talking to.
The braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really
It's a real issue that you can't choose these options. You can't choose to be belligerent or, well, submissive to appease this Lord Capon.
If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I have enough.
Good, then let's get to it.
Ah, some nice music. I'm shooting far too low. I'm gonna lose this, aren't I? Shakes. It's just battling a handicapped. I get bonus if I finish first. 7. I've already lost. No. Shame.
Congratulations, Sir Hans. Nicely shot.
Thank you, Bernard. it seems I get to keep the bow. So, blacksmith, do you know your place now, or do you need more reminding?
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
It's real good when you beat someone who's doing something for the first time. Especially someone who has issues.
Excellent.
Then again, they probably don't know about the six. Ah, sword fight. I don't have any negatives there, I believe. There I can win back my pride. Ah, stepped in twice. Be careful about his head. Just regain it.
Missed. Oh dear, did that hurt?
Hey, did I win or did I lose?
A second defeat, blacksmith.
Ah, I bled
You
out.
still have a lot to learn. I suppose I should give you credit for taking on my challenge, despite your limitations.
Thank you, sir.
And since we made an honest bet, you can give me my money now.
Ah, it's only you person. Yeah, that's nice. Even though he was a jerk. Let's talk to him.
Don't fret about it, lad. Lord Capon is a good swordsman, and if by some fluke you actually won, well, you might not take it so well. Now go to the rat house. The bailiff's waiting for you there.
All right, Captain.
Ah, the red house. It was the law house, law house, what would you call it? Where the mayor and local council would reside. And I can just look it up. Codex. Channel. No. Locations perhaps? No, that's big locations. Sorry. Perhaps I haven't discovered it. Perhaps I'm just gonna discover it. Oh, I thought it would look cool. Ah, I can click on this to show what a red house exactly is. But I clicked, and it didn't work. Now I'm sad. I'm very sad. Trying to look cool, but not actually looking cool. Sad. Talking about things. Yeah. He messed up our armor. And our shoes. Luckily that's all. Let's see if the blacksmith, fixes these things. No, not the apprentice.
My respects to you.
About repairs. Shuriken. Yeah, I'm gonna select all. Okay. I'm gonna earn more money anyway. Not gonna be scrupulous about that. Gonna be fair. Give everyone here equal wealth. Depending on the labor they do. And that was where was the red house again? I think, yeah, it was here. Report to the bailiff. Am I hungry? Yes, I actually am. Let's just eat these bread and bread rolls before they go bad. Salami. Yeah, let's eat it now. We're a bit stuffed, but it'll wear off. Not a problem. We're exercising anyway, so a bit of extra food isn't a problem. But I think there's a grocer around here. This sells... Yeah, here. Steal it all. One of these fine ladies probably sell. You, do you sell...
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
Let's just buy some dried fruit. Oh, food. Let's just buy something cheap. Pears seem cheap. Let's just buy 10 of those. For the next time. I'm not gonna haggle much. Don't think it's really worth haggling about that. Too caution. Oh, it is probably up. Stairs. These do seem kind of flimsy, but it looks cool. Looking down on them. Disappointingly. Ah, the bailiff.
Good day to you.
You can teach me to read.
To learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
Ah, clue how to get education about learning to read.
I'm to put myself under the bailiff's command.
Ah, so you're the young man Sir Radzig appointed.
Yes.
Certainly I'm a man.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things out.
I'm gonna be nice. Say yes, I can do it.
Count on me, bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
Yes, I have. It was quite an ordeal, yes. Not talk about losing.
Captain doesn't hold back.
The harder the training, the easier the battle. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, bailiff.
Oh, we already got paid. Nice. So, being scrupulous about money isn't much of an issue. But we do want to save for better equipment, perhaps. Something that I kind of miss in hardcore mode is, well, not much. That's better in normal mode than hardcore mode is saving. When you're in hardcore mode, you save there. You start a new, you get a new quest. You save automatically. That's quite nice, especially in these kinds of things, because this is an appropriate moment to, well, sleep. But I did play quite a while. I haven't been keeping track of time, but it is quite a while. And I haven't had a chance to save, and now I can't just go sleep. Yeah, there's the tower. I remember going into one of the towers. So yeah, that's in normal mode. That's a feature, saving at the start of the quest. Still can't save just normally. Well, you can, but you use save your snaps. Save your snaps, not save your snaps. I'm gonna go in first. And then I am. Hello.
A
was told to pick up a kit here.
I'd say there's not much room for improvement. You already look as good as any vassal, but your wish is my command. If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all?
Oh, club.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
It's weird that you get this. Well, it does seem like good equipment. But we already had to steal these clothes to get out. Well, you could get out without these clothes, but that was inconvenient. I know this is practically worthless, so I'm just gonna drop it. This one's better. Yeah, we're now not over encumbered. Probably gonna sell these later. These as well. Or replace these when this one gets damaged. And weapon. Bludgeon. No, this does blunt damage mostly. You can still. That's hard. You can still stab it. But yeah, it's gonna do 2 damage. It's good to poke people. Not gonna do that now because I haven't saved. Now, where do I go now? Join Nightingale patrol between 11 and 19 hours. It's almost 11. Good to see these kind of different clothes. Like here we have a normal townsman, and you look better than a beggar. But these really, well, quite nice, quite wealthy looking clothes. And of course, guards armor. That is of course provided to them.
How does life in Ratai suit you?
You can talk about this.
Them Ratai folk would rather drive us out of here. They won't give us no work, and they won't let us beg. So what are we supposed to do? Fucking war.
Did you find out what actually happened?
They say Sigismund is at war with the Czech lords and abducted the king. And our lord sides with Wenceslas.
Well, apparently it's wrong. Unless...
Thank you, kind neighbor.
Oh, nice interaction.
Good day to you.
I already heard this from another lady. Probably same kind of dialogue. So yeah, things aren't easy here for the Skalitz refugees. And not for the Ratai folk either. They of course don't want to turn them down, but it's kind of, well, they'd rather them be away, but back in Skalitz, of course. Because then they're not loitering about, then they can actually trade. But well, what do? Let's check the refugees for familiar faces.
Don't leave me to die. Give me a drink.
I don't know, can't give him any drink. You did something wrong and you should pay for it.
Have pity on me.
Hello.
Good day to you.
You have anything interesting?
I noticed some of the Skalitz men look like they've been in the wars. Has something happened here?
There's a local brawler who takes on all comers for bets. If you beat him, you get some silver. If you lose, you have to do his job for him.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
Ah. Now we have a clue for next. That's, I think, an activity. Like a brawling in the street. Cornelius, do you have anything interesting? No. Disappointing. And who are you? Honda.
Good day to you.
You probably saw all these people in the beginning. 11 yet? No. Let's check for more refugees. Rock.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You're not called Dwayne Johnson, are you? No.
God be with you.
Identity theft is a serious crime, Mr. Rock. If that even is your real name.
A poor wretch. Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.
But they did that with me as well. Well, I got a job.
Peace at last.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on
Now
here?
we can get
Nothing
quests.
of interest to me, thank Christ.
Alright, you won't give us any quests. God.
With salt, caraway
Let's look
seeds,
for more
garlic, and
refugees.
more.
So
You'll
interesting.
find it
Just a
nowhere else.
beggar. Townsman. Townswoman. Finally fed. Healthy. We already saw you. No, we didn't see you.
Health to you.
Nothing interesting. Wait, let's check the map. Perhaps quest givers and yeah. Can't zoom in anymore. Gift giver near the baker and quest giver here in the camp. Is that you? Kunesh.
I see you survived.
You are the.
You observant.
You still owe me, yes.
Don't think I've forgotten.
I don't owe you. I owe your father, and he's dead. So get out of here.
Sins of the father are the sins of the son. And beat the shit out of you now. And well, what I was gonna say is the debts of the father are the debts of the son. Meaning debt collector, if it was the father, shall be the son. I have weapons.
I could kill you without a moment's thought. Anytime I want to, you coward.
Really?
Really? Then go ahead. Show me.
Finally. This is what you deserve.
About that money you owe me.
Fine. I owe you. And what am I supposed to do about it? You think you'll get anything from me? Look at what I've got. But maybe I could.
Well,
Maybe I could tell you where
the Chinese have an interesting thing about organ harvesting. Allegedly. I talk.
Alright then. Start talking.
No. First, I want you to swear you won't be demanding anything else from me.
Do I? Depends on his information. Well, I can swear, and if he scams me, well, the oath is then invalid. And I'll just kill him if he cheats me. You know, you have to sometimes show some dominance, and don't let people cheat you. Don't kill them in real life, but back in these days, that's the way to show dominance.
Very well then.
The proper way. Otherwise, they thought you were a pussy or something.
I heard something. I don't know who said it. It's a miracle I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecotes could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine. We'll see.
And lose another sword. Thanks a lot, Kunesh. Well, it's almost 11. Let's go check up on that guy. How would Henry even know this? I'll just look at the sun is also right. Does he have a sundial on this as a watch? That would be pretty funny. Well, if I turn it this way, it's 11 o'clock. But if I turn it this way, it's 3:30 in the evening. So I consider your payment is too late. Bam. It would be that would probably be a Monty Python sketch or something.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
What are you talking about?
I am.
There's a story going around about some lad who needed a girl to rescue him. I didn't expect that no offense, a coward would want to serve the bailiff. What actually happened?
If I don't tell him what happened, he's gonna think weird things. He's gonna, well, believe I really am a coward. I can set the record straight now. At least my colleagues won't believe that story.
I went to find my parents in Skalitz. I had to give them a Christian burial. Only there were looters there. If it hadn't been for Teresa, I'd be lying in St. James's churchyard now, or rotting in a field like so many others. But she came at the last minute with Sir Divish's knights.
Your guardian angel must have been watching you. So how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
Want to serve Sir Radzik? Yes.
I wanted to enter the service of Sir Radzik, but he sent me here to learn.
And learn you will. You're lucky, lad. Sir Radzik must like you. Most lords would have just sent you on your way.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go.
That just sounds like I'm supposed to do your job, just with more steps. Sounds like lazing about with more steps. It's better for the meme.
The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. Ah, a man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord.
Oh, I was also supposed to go to Apothecary.
This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh?
Impressive.
The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro protonotarius, the scribe. And the jailhouse. You don't want to see the inside, not even as a guard. Naturally, we have an executioner too, but he doesn't live in town. That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek. This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
I just remembered about the Red House and I'm gonna look it up. But it's gonna be after this quest, promise. Probably remember it again just before I quit the game.
What the hell is going on here now? Go and check it out, Henry.
Go back to your people. I don't want you here.
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
Yeah, wiggle that finger.
This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
Well, perhaps you should also do some thinking, because why shouldn't she be allowed to stay there?
What's the problem here?
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in a square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
Let's try to reason with her first.
Yes, I do.
Why?
fog drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
Yes. Are you a real Christian? Have you retaken Jerusalem, Master Armorsmith? Or Master Armorer? The Nightingale is not gonna like this option, so Christian option.
Show us some Christian charity, Armorer.
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms, even to this witch only yesterday?
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any arms or not?
Yes.
From the armorer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
Yeah,
what would you know about it?
You know, this is not gonna solve it. I'll compromise.
We're both good Christians, aren't we? We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
Yeah.
King Solomon now, are you, lad? Fine. Fine, have it your way.
God
Well,
bless
at least I
you,
didn't have to split the baby.
You, citizen. I won't be a nuisance no more, really.
The tale about Solomon, by the way, is he was king in Jerusalem, or Israel, somewhere in that region. And let's talk to him. I'll tell the tale of Solomon later. Oh, we don't have to talk to him. So Solomon was king in Israel, and there were two women coming to him. And what they said was, we have a baby. They don't both have one baby, but one baby was contested between them. They both claimed to be the mother. And so Solomon said, well, let's cut the baby in two. Give both mothers in one half. One said, oh, fine. The other started crying and said, well, then give it to her. It will be better than killing the baby. And that's the story. And then Solomon said, yeah, I find the real mother, the one that actually cares about the baby. So, yeah. Solomon was allegedly a very wise king. There's a lot of these baskets and barrels. Probably make a fortune by being a barrel maker.
This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around.
Filled to bursting. Could such a market actually burst? Well, modern days it could probably burst with terror bombing or mass shooting.
We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Pruder. Pruder has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day.
Or she's just a shut-in need.
Look here. See that filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard.
What's wrong with beggars? Well, they're not working, that's the issue.
Comfortable, are we?
Arms, please, sir.
Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
Who am I bothering here?
Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanush saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm going.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church. There's one alehouse here on the market square.
Keep it clear so they're not an obstruction, and they're still a common place where they can congregate and actually beg. If no one sees them, well, they can't actually beg, and they lose the last hope.
Let's move along to the inner bailey.
The inner bailey would be the last line of defense. Let's hope Sigismund Tartars won't get that far. Also, if we play the game right, it probably won't. Wink, wink.
Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you.
They...
What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel.
Dad is dead, and Halls doesn't ease the sorrow often. Luckily, with old age, once you see it coming, it gives you at least some time to prepare. Better than a car accident or a war is the worst.
The Rate fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose.
No, back in Gori, this was pretty common. Tsars was, well, it wasn't real, this kind of feudalism, but it was pretty feudal. Well, I probably shouldn't use the word feudal like that, but it was basic, unindustrialized, and authoritarian. Well, not authoritarian like a modern authoritarians where you can get all your information and repress properly. No. This was just the racist and sexist kind of repression, of authoritarianism, where you just don't like somebody, you have the law on your side. You can just say, well, I can appoint people, and I don't like you. Go away.
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see.
Why are the three?
Where might he have got to then?
I don't know.
I probably should have done this at night. Then those two guns wouldn't be there.
Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
But,
no.
So
can't check time.
And we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Check the shadows. Shadows aren't too long, so it must be around 2-3 o'clock.
We know how that goes.
Check the sun. Yeah, sun is setting.
And you'd better talk some sense into him.
Well, not setting like that, but it's already going down. It's reached its height quite a long time ago. Chop.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and go and guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit with me, Henry. Let's have a drink.
Yeah, berate someone because they're supposed to be on guard and then drink. Yes. Shouldn't we? Yeah. This is what I just said.
Shouldn't we be on patrol instead of drinking?
You're eager, aren't you? Don't worry, even watchmen are entitled to a break. Except the ones on the gate and the tower, of course. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Yes.
Why not?
This is... I don't remember the name of this game, but... It's a dice game. And you can earn points. And wait, if I cast help. Yeah, so you get points. Whenever you roll, you can save the dice you want. You can only save dice that earn you points. And you can roll again or pass, and then it's your opponent's turn. They get to roll. The first one to whatever score there is. So here at the bottom left and top left. The first one to reach it, in this case, it says now 5,000, but it just said 2,000. The first one to that score wins. And so what gives you points? A 1 gives you 100 points. A 5 gives you 50 points. That is always, you can, whenever you roll a 1 or a 5, you can at least get some points. 3 of a kind, you get the amount on the dice, the amount shown times 100. So 3 2s is 200, 3 6s is 600, except for 3 1s, that's 1,000. And 4 or 5, 4 of a kind is 200 from each. It's just doubled, so it becomes 4 4s is 800 instead of 400, and 4 3s is 600 instead of 300. And with 5 it doubles again, so it becomes 5 3s is 1,200 instead of 600, etc., etc. Then you also have 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and 2 3 4 5 6. Those are, well, 500, 750, and 1,500 points. And if you don't roll anything, so if you roll, for example, 3 3 4 4 6 6, that's a bust. And you lose all the points you've saved up for that round. And that's quite an issue. So you should not roll when you have, for example, only 2 dice left, because then you'll probably fail. And you can earn money by this. You can just put a wager. So often when I have 300 or more, yeah, I busted. When I have 300 or more points saved, I'll quit that round.
That's it.
You've also rigged dice that favor one side or the other. But this is probably the easiest way to make money when the opponents get too difficult.
I shouldn't have pushed it.
You can earn about 100 groschen. So here we can score a lot. Score 900, we can roll again. And now we roll 6 new dice. Let's see. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got very lucky. Now score and pass. Now we can't lose those 1,400 points anymore. They are safely locked away. Yeah, in this situation he's gonna have to
Cursed luck.
risk it. The AI does that a lot, just risks far too much. And they already the dialogue is quite annoying, because they'll say, shouldn't have pushed it or something. Yeah, that's obvious. And when you roll a few times, just safely, they say, "Are you not afraid to bust? Are you never gonna quit? When is it my turn?" They're kind of like a preschooler.
For the night, ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
I already had a torch. Oh, guess I have 2 now.
Ah, no. What would happen to me? I can look after myself.
Always the jester, aren't you?
A very fine, very brave jester, which everyone would have seen had I not been trading in Sasso at that time.
So I was worrying about you for nothing.
Not
Oh, those are actual conversations. Like, well, Oblivion. Talk about Bethesda RPGs a lot here. But, well, they are most popular. And I actually played some of them. So, yeah. I think that's better to do it this way. Just program kind of small events like small conversations, like 4 or 5 lines or so, or not lines. It's 4 or 5 times they go over to each other and talk about the small thing that happened instead of well, pick a random dialogue. Have you heard about the high elves? No. Tell me more. Goodbye. And that's supposed to be a conversation. Ah. Beautiful night sky.
Only the fucking roof. Oh, that's some comfort at least.
This game isn't perfect as well. But I was at least putting in, so you can pretend that they were talking longer. Ah, cutscene. I think the cutscenes are probably one of the best parts about this game. Plus the decor. The decor is great. Very realistic.
He dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. no, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good cannon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and planets. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and planets.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to...
And he introduces himself
Fires
properly.
around? I'm afraid
It isn't rude or anything.
You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you,
I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse! I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he hiding under the table, maybe? No!
You should still follow the rules, even if no one is checking if you are. But the principle of following the rules is important. Especially the rules I put down. Of which one is please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Shameless plug. That way you don't have to actually do it. It's not the actual rule. I'm gonna get beat by this prancy-wancy nobleman again. Why do they always win in the clans? Ah, someone intervenes. I mean, crap, someone intervenes. I couldn't beat the shit out of him and put him in the fire. Cook him alive, like like the Gauls did.
Well, answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting? Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young...
He's still very young. Bit childish.
You can take Henry here as your
Doesn't notice her sarcasm and understands the situation.
I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities to the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
If Henry continues acting like this, he's gonna get flogged. I've seen that too many times in real life. Alright guys, PSA for all of you. If you live in feudal Bohemia or in rural Russia, when there is a Tsar or a king or something, do not insult nobility. Just plan a revolution to kill them all and steal their land, which they already stole. So it's not actually stealing. To reclaim the land for the people, trademark. What? Is someone really gonna start a revolution now in my name? Well, you already did, but well, if I'm not leading it, I don't think I can endorse another revolution. Please, you don't see me lead a revolution, don't follow any other revolutions, or start one yourself, okay? Just only follow my revolutions, guys. It's just for your own safety, because probably go wrong. Either for you or for someone else. Cook item. No, don't need to cook an item. But this is also where I'm gonna end the episode. Well, not this, I'm gonna sleep. But yeah, I'm gonna end the episode. And I didn't forget something. I was gonna check Rathaus. General, perhaps? No, it doesn't appear like it. There's an entry. But, well, the Rathaus is just an administrative building. It's not like a castle where you actually have to can defend it, or be a fort or barracks, so it's not defendable. It's just, well, yeah, an administrative building. That's all I can say about it. Well, back in these days, these things were multi-purpose because there wasn't much specialization. So those things had to be, well, of course, very. There was much variety in these things. Such as inns also served often as semi-restaurants where, well, they didn't serve good food, but we often bought food. No, I don't think we have time to talk about anything else. About earlier, about me shilling my channel. I was gonna say, don't worry guys, I won't do it again, but unfortunately it's really necessary for sites like YouTube and BitChute to do that kind of thing.
Hey, lad, don't you want a little wager on the Rattay tourney?
Nope. So, I don't want to force you guys to do anything. I just want to remind you guys, especially new people, to do that, because otherwise you are either going to miss an episode and, well, it's not going to be recommended, and, or it's, well, my channel is not going to be, well, popular at all. It also helps with featured, with the trending, etc. It actually gets recommended to other people. So that's the reason. That's the reason why you hear it from other channels, other internet celebrities. Well, not celebrities, but the smaller celebrities, the content creators. Hear that they're shilling for themselves. So yeah, since I made my own YouTube and BitChute channels, I don't blame them. Oh, wait, this is far away. This is the church. So yeah, we were sleepwalking and we sleptwalked. We walked through an entire graveyard. That's funny. Let's hope we start here again next time. So, game is saved, I think. Yeah. Let's check. Yeah. Yeah, what quest is active? Yes, Rattay tourney. We saved the game. So, I talked a very long about nonsense, and some things happened on the background or something. I wasn't really paying attention. I'll see you next time, guys.